Hey. Today we are going to build our data layer. Previously, we are building our domain layer plus our model inside our data layer. In this session, we are going to build specifically our data source and our repository. For our data source, our main purpose to create is our local data source. That's not created previously. What is the use of local data source? Kind of storing some constants or some data to remember it without fetching from our server. For example, if you can store our token, you kind of visit our local data source, and if got like that token, okay, this user is already signed in. We don't do things like twice. That is the main purpose. Okay, inside our data source, let's create our out local data source. Let's create struct class out local, and let's initialize a little bit things. The first thing we need to do is like we need to catch our token. To do that, void let's catch token and get our token, or to catch our token we need some string of token. That's all we need to catch our token. The next thing we need to build is we need to remove our token. Void remove token. If you want to remove token, we don't pass any parameter. The next thing is we need to get our token. If we don't get our token, how we are going to catch a token? Yeah, the first thing is we need to do is like get our token. To get our token, it's not going to be void, it's going to be string and get token, and okay, we need to catch our authentication user info. Okay, to catch user info, share wait catch yeah logged in user info. We need to catch this thing, but we are going to pass it. Of course, we are going to pass user info model. We are going to pass that thing out user info model out user info model. That's what we need to do, catch our logged in user. If you can't catch it, we need to get our logged in user. Okay, if you wanna get our logged in user, what we are going to do is out user info model. get logged in user, and we don't want to pass any parameter. And the last thing we need to do is like we need to remove or delete user. These three things are going to be important in the future when we are trying to build our profile page. What we are going to do, we need to remove. We are going to pass void, and yeah, remove logged in user. Yeah, those three things are not important when you are trying to build authentication, but the first three things are going to be important. Most importantly is like get a token and catch a token. Okay, after that, like we need to implement our out local remote out local data source. To do that, let's build the class. Let's call it out local implement. Going to extend out local, and we need to override those 6 things, but at this time we are going to implement only the 3 things, and the first 3 things we are going to implement it in the future. Okay, to get our token, okay, let's start with, where is it? Okay, token, here is it. It's going to be asynchronous, and let's remove this thing, and we are going to implement it. Wait, plus we need to initialize our share preference to store our value, not just share preference, but the first thing we need to do is like we need to initialize it. Share upspell shared preference. Did I miss something? Share sh shared preference. Did I misspell it? We need to import our share preference. To import those package, let's install it. Let's import some package. It's going to be share preference, and let's create a constructor for this one. Yeah, that's all we need to do it to implement this one. And let's initialize our const to store our token and our user info. To do that, inside our core constant constant dot inside our constant, let's create a class. That name is local storage. Our local storage is gonna be icons string token. We need to store token. Need to be our token and static const string. Out user info is going to be out user info. That's how we are going to initialize it. Then we are going to call our local storage. If you are aware this thing, if you are aware those things, what we are going to do is let's go share preference dot set string. Our key is going to be local storage dot token, and our value is going to be token. That's how we are going to catch our token. The next thing we need to build is get token. Let's remove this thing. Let's create asynchronous, and inside here final token going to be shared reference dot get string local. We are going to get our token and store it in that variable token. Let's check if token is not empty or is not null. What we are going to do is we are going to return future value and our value is going to be our token. That's what we need to return. Otherwise we're going to throw we're going to throw or we're going to throw catch exception. Plus it's not going to be asynchronous if you don't use await. Why should I call it synchronous? Catch exception. Let's build our catch exceptions. Where is failure? Okay, exceptions. So that class exceptions to extend executable, and it's going to implement our exception. Final string message, and let's create a constructor for our message, and let's const this thing. We don't need to require this thing, and let's pass message for our message. H exception, and let's override this thing. Not going to be it's not going to be unimplemented. It should be pass our message. I think that's all we need to do to catch exceptions. And let's pass our catch exceptions inside our through statement. Catch exception pass message, and our message is going to be token not found. If you can't find our token, how we are going to get it? When we are getting the token, we are going to catch our token and store it in share preference. That's what we are going to do. And we need to remove our token. This remove token is going to help us to log out. It's going to be asynchronous. And let's remove this thing. Wait. Add preference dot remove local storage token. Yeah, that's all we need to do for our local data source. The next thing we need to implement is our remote data source. We need to add something inside here. We just implemented the login data source, but we need to add our sign up and logout functionalities. Okay, to do that, let's add one thing in here. Feature out user info. Let's call it sign up, and we are going to pass our sign up entity. Sign up model. Sign up model. It's going to be for our sign up. And the next thing we need to implement is our logout. This thing is going to be feature and void. Let's call it log out, and we are going to require is a string of token. If you got that token, you can log out it. That's all we need to do inside our remotes. Let's override those two things inside here and let's implement it. Okay, the first thing we need to implement is our logout function, going to be asynchronous final http dot response to await client dot post. We are going to post our token. If you are posted, we need to pass three things: our URI, our body, and our header. URI dot parish. Here is it. Our URL, we are going to add it in the future. The next thing we are going to build is our body. Our body is going to be JSON encode, and we are going to encode our token. Going to be token. And the last thing we need to build is our header. For our header, then copy paste one thing because I don't want to rewrite everything. This is our header. Then we are going to pass like our response to our server, and it's going to be logged out successfully. If it's not successfully, we are going to do anything. Let's check that thing. If our response dot status code is 200, 200 means in server is going to be success. We are not going to return anything, we just need to log out. Else if we just need else statement and throw server failure. That's how we are going to log out. And the last thing we need to do is build our sign up. Build sign up. We are going to do the same thing like this. Let's copy paste it. It's going to be asynchronous. And we are going to change our body at this time for our sign up. Our body is going to be not just token. Our body is going to be sign up model from JSON or to JSON. Okay, sign up model with JSON. Did I miss something? Oh, sign up model to JSON. Our header is going to be look like this. I think we don't need anything. Then we are going to check if our response is 200 or not. If response dot status code is 200, what we are going to do, we are going to return before returning it. We need to do is final response body. We need to store our response body in variable. To simplify it, JSON decoder, and we are going to decode our response dot body. Then we are going to use our response body. We are going to return that. Or we are going to return that. Return out user info. Where is our out user info model. User info model. User. Yeah, from JSON. And we are going to pass our response body, and it's going to be data because like our API is sending us with this variable name called data. I will show you in our API when I'm opening the API doc. Okay, after that what we are going to do is there is else statement. Else server failure. Now that's all we need to do for our sign up. If we are building our local and remote data source, the last thing we need to do inside our data layer is our repository. We need to collaborate with this one. Let's initialize our local repository inside our local. Let's add required restored out local. Then we are going to implement it from our for our login. I think the last time not working because of this repository. We need to add something. What we are going to add is our dun. Okay, let me get our token. Where is get token? Here is it. You got get token. Okay, try final token into await. Use await. We need to use synchronous. Okay, we are going to await out local source, and we are going to use our get token function like when we are using our remote data source, and we are going to return our token. Return if right means success. We are going to pass our token, otherwise it is failure store in on. Let's catch exception. Catch E and return left catch exception or catch failure or server failure. Server failure. That's what we need to do to get our token. If you can get token, what we are going to do is inside our login. Where is login? There is login. If it's going to be success, the only thing we are going to pass is just our login model. But at this time, what we are going to do is wait out local dot catch token. Uh, ooh, out entity. Out entity. Rest of token. That's how we are going to do it. You can catch out token. Yeah, we just need to catch out token. That's all we need to do is implement our sign up and logout, and we are going to try it out. And our injection container is going to be red because we are implementing our repository. We are going to fix this problem next when we are finishing our repository. For logouts, let's remove those things. Try final. Why should I use final? Just wait out. If you wanna use a wait, it's going to be async. Wait local dot remove token. We need to remove from our local data source, and we are going to post our out. Oh, this thing is not implemented. We just need to remove it. Then we are going to return const right is going to pass null because we don't want to pass anything. Otherwise, on server failure, what we are going to do is we are going to catch an error, and if you got an error, what we are going to do, we are going to return left, and our left is server failure. That's what we need to do it for logouts. For sign up, we need to do is it's going to be async. Let's try it. Okay, final sign up module. Where is sign up module? To be sign up module. Sign up. Module email is going to be sign up entity dot email we are going to add everything. We are going to pass something like this. Okay, if you are passing that thing, what we are going to do is do final out user info module. It's going to be result. Our result is going to be out remote dot sign up, and we are going to sign up module. That's great. Why this thing is not working? It's going to showing us like inner. Did I miss something? Okay, let's just return right. Inside our right, we are going to pass result. Sign up module. Working, kind of type of error. If alright, it's going to be our result. Otherwise, server failure. Catch is error. That did I miss something? What we are going to do is we are going to return left, and our left is going to be server failure. That's all we need to do when we are implementing our remote. That's all about our data. Let's move to our injection. It's going to be SL. SL dot register singleton. Sign up. Use case. There is another thing for our use case. There is a logout use case. Logout use case. And get token. Get token use case. I think that's all we have when we are building our use case. Let me be with our use case 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 use cases. Out remote. Let's implement this thing for our local data source. It is going to be local, and it's going to be local. And there is no such as client for our local data source. Out repo, our block is not implemented. That's all we have in here. I think that's enough for this video. The next time we are going to build our block and our UI, plus we are going to finish if we can for the next video. Thank you for watching it. If you like this video, you should subscribe it. Bye bye.